You know it, every time there's a big swing in temperature, your energy bill usually goes up. Notice how I said usually. There are ways you can make sure your home stays energy efficient during the winter. And to help you learn all of those is Jeff Brooks with Duke Energy, joining us now to answer your questions through 6 o'clock. All you have to do is text us at 336-379-5775. First off, we want to know, what typically is the biggest energy suck in the winter?
Well, as we go into those cold winter months, your heating is going to be the biggest energy user in your home. It could account for as much as half of your bill. And so making sure you're taking care of that system can save you on your bill significantly. We want to make sure you're keeping your air filters clean, because when a dirty air filter is processing air, it works that unit a lot harder. It's going to increase your energy costs, as well as can wear out the life of the unit sooner. And you also want to set your thermostat at the lowest comfortable setting. This is different for every person, but the lower you can set it every degree or two is going to save you significantly on your heating costs throughout the year.
What do you set it on at your house?
At my house, we have a little debate every night. We try to get it down to about 67, 68 at my house at night. We like it kind of cool, but sometimes I might sneak in and knock it up 1 degree at least, just to warm up a little. But it's a process.
Can that 1 degree really save you that much money?
It really can. When you think about the cumulative effect over 3 months, 4 months of heating, that can really make a big difference, because it's less times your unit is cycling on, it's less time that it's running, and it can make really a big difference on your bill. But there's some other ways you can manage that by, for example, leaving your blinds open on the sunny side of the house during the day and letting that greenhouse effect with your windows heat your room naturally. And then also making sure you close those blinds at night so that you keep the warm air in and the cold air out. And then setting your ceiling fan. We don't think about ceiling fans in the winter often, but you can set them to spin clockwise, and that pulls that warm air down from the ceiling so that the room feels much more comfortable than when it's not running.
Yep, all you got to do is switch that little button. What about space heaters? Do they save us money?
You know, space heaters are what we call resistive heating. So they just like a light bulb, the old kind of light bulb that, build up resistance and they start to glow and create warmth. They actually will use a lot more energy. So you want to be very careful how you use those. Use them for short spurts if you need them. Better to get a highly efficient air conditioning unit, or maybe try to close those doors and blinds so that you can keep that warm air in. But if you do use it, make sure you're not using it all night, because your bill will increase from using that.
What about getting your house ready in case the power goes out over the winter? What do you need to do?
Well, we do see winter weather, especially in the Triad. It seems like no matter where the winter storm is, it comes through the Triad. But it's something that we have to think about and prepare for. And some of that is doing some things ahead of time. It's a great time of year to make some updates to your home, maybe putting in some weather stripping or caulking around doors and windows. It's very inexpensive, and it can help to keep that warm air in, whether you have power or not. And then obviously when you do lose power, making sure you have a plan in place to stay comfortable, maybe staying away from those windows where it tends to get colder, staying in interior rooms, that can help you maintain comfort. And then if you have gas logs, or you have other means, fireplace, that's another good way to be prepared in the event you lose power. We're going to do everything we can to keep the power on. We have a lot of new improvements we've made to do that, but it's always good to have a plan in place if you were to lose power.
What are some of those new improvements?
Well, we're working hard to make the grid stronger and more resistant to severe weather. We see a lot of storms come through, down trees, down lines. So we've been putting in stronger poles and wires in a lot of places. We're doing a lot of vegetation management to keep those trees away from the lines. And we're installing self-healing technology all throughout the region. And this technology can automatically detect a power outage when it happens and reroute power to other power lines to get customers back on faster. And that can reduce the impacts of a storm by as much as 75%, and can often restore power in a few seconds. So as we put more of this technology out there, we're going to see fewer outages. We won't get rid of outages, but it's more tools that we have to be able to restore power faster when an outage does occur.
Hey, if someone sees a tree that needs to be cut down because it's over a power line, what do they do?
Well, if you do see a tree that you think is potentially a risk to power lines, we do encourage you to give Duke Energy a call. Call our customer service center, and they can actually help you get that scheduled. You know, obviously we do work year round to try to maintain trees around our rights of way, around our power lines, and there's a cycle that we use for trimming those. But if there is a tree that's dangerous, especially a dead tree or a tree that appears to be hanging over the line or close to the line, you can call that in and we'll do our best to come out and have a look at it and see if it is in fact a danger, and then we'll try to address that for you.
What if it's on the person's property, but it's hanging over a power line, like for the whole neighborhood? Who's responsible?
Well, you know, those types of trees, we kind of call them danger trees. They can be sometimes outside of the area that we maintain, but they do hang in the direction. You know, a big oak tree, 75, 80 feet tall, doesn't have to be within 10 feet of a line to cause damage. So we'll try to send someone out if there is a danger tree that is really a threat that needs to be removed. And again, those are going to be your dead trees or your dying trees, trees that are growing in the wrong direction. And we do try to trim trees so that they grow away from the power lines and yet stay healthy in the process. We know how important trees are. We don't want to come in and clear cut trees. That's not at all what we're after. We want to do smart trimming that helps to keep the line reliable, but also keep the land beautiful.
Well, we have a whole lot more questions coming in. We'll be back right after this. If you have another question, just text us. It's 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.